Hi everybody, thanks for watching Mike's Garage. Today I want to look at the new electric Hummer. I can't believe they're bringing that back. It's a huge vehicle, but they're bringing it back in two different versions. They're bringing back a Hummer four-door pickup truck, and they're bringing back an SUV. Now, they're not the same, but they're similar, but not the same. Okay, the pickup truck is a little longer, a little heavier, has heavier batteries and things like that. The SUV is still an enormous vehicle. The vehicles run around 9,000 pounds or more, so it's a very heavy vehicle. They do come in three different modes. You can get a 225-hour mode, a 299 or 350 mile range battery pack. So each one adds hundreds of pounds to the vehicle. So if you get the smaller SUV with the smallest battery pack, you have two motors, and it still runs over 8,000 pounds. So it's a very, very heavy vehicle. It does have the four-wheel steering. It does have the crab walk, and it also has the standard front wheel steering. Okay, it does have dual motors. You have a couple different modes you can put that in. The high end has a airlift that will lift the vehicle an additional 6 inches. It'll give you 16 inches of ground clearance. And it does have a lot of nice features where the panels on the roof pop out. You can store them in what they call the frunk. That's the storage compartment in the front where the engine used to be. So that's a new term. I guess we'll have to put that in Webster's, the frunk. So that's a pretty cool vehicle. The pickup truck has a 5-foot bed. It is such an enormously wide vehicle. It does have a kind of a low roof line where the windows aren't really tall. So it does have 3 wipers in the front. When you get in the rain and things like that, you have 3 wipers that actually go back and forth. Pretty crazy. But it does a good job, keeps the windshield all the way across left to right, doesn't have any bad spots in it, like some of the other vehicles where they only have 2 wipers. So that's a pretty nice feature. Like I said, the high-end, the high-end pickup truck has 3 motors, has 1 motor on each back wheel, and it has a motor in the front for the front wheel drive. It's all synchronized, really nice. Has a beautiful big 16-inch display up front. Has a lot of different features about raising it up, lowering it down. Depends which kind of driving you're doing. If you're going to be on the highway, you don't want the vehicle up real high. You do want to lower the center of gravity. Although with the heavy battery pack that it has a double layer battery pack to give it the range for such a heavy vehicle. Now, if you put luggage, whatever, hunting equipment, 2, 3, 4 people in there, now you're talking about 10,000 pounds. Now you're talking about 5 tons. The thing I thought was very interesting is they tell you what it does in the quarter-mile race. I don't know if you're going to be racing a quarter mile with a Hummer, okay? But it is a very quick vehicle. The one drawback with that is most cars will get up over 100 miles an hour in a quarter mile, and the Hummer usually tops out around 110, 115 miles an hour. It just won't go any faster than that. Not that you'd want to go over 100 miles an hour in a 10,000 pound machine, okay? The stopping is going to be terrible on that. Although it does have really big 35-inch tires, when you think about the whole thing and you try to put the whole package together in your mind, really doesn't make sense to me. Why would you want to have a 10,000 pound vehicle? Now, I have a friend who has a small Volkswagen Golf, has about 150 mile range. He has to charge it once a week, maybe twice a week if he does a lot of driving. He uses it back and forth to work. And he still had to replace the tires at 20,000 miles. And it weighs a little bit less than 4,000 pounds. And that's for a little tiny Golf. Now, you know the weight of that is what's wearing out the tires. Now, you have a 9,000 pound vehicle with 35-inch tires. Those tires aren't going to last much longer than 15,000, 20,000 miles. Okay? So, and big tires like that run around $200 to $300 per tire. So every 15,000 miles, you're looking at 1,000, 1,500 to replace the 4 tires. because they are not going to last, especially if they're the big knobby tires for off-roading. Let's talk about off-roading. Anything that you see where they demonstrate how the Hummer is off-road is on a hard surface, rock-filled road. Okay, it's either got a lot of rocks on it, it has gravel on it, or something like that. 10,000-pound vehicle, you're not going to go mud bogging. You're not going to drive on the beach with that. It's going to sink up to the hubs as soon as you go on any kind of soft sand. Okay, so it's not really made for that kind of stuff. Now, we used to go fishing Cape Hatteras, drive up and down the beach in our pickup trucks. You had to have oversized tires. You had to let some air out of the tires. You had to have a good four-wheel drive vehicle to get up and down the beach on the soft sand. And you didn't want to drive in the wet sand because even a light pickup truck, a little standard cab pickup truck, V6, big oversized tires, low pressure, 20 pounds air and pressure, so they had big flat surfaces on the sand, still struggled to go through the sand. Okay, and I'm talking about Fords and Chevys and Dodges, the brand name trucks that make a pretty good truck. Okay, the Hummer's not going to be able to do that with that much weight, even though the tires are a little bit bigger than what you could get on a standard pickup truck. So I'm not a fan of the Hummer. It just seems like a lot of weight. It's going to wear out the tires. It's going to burn up the highway. It's not going to stop very well. And any kind of a slippery surface, a wet surface, a snowy surface, any kind of mud surface, you're not going to be able to go up any kind of a hill with it because gravity will not let 10,000 pounds, even though it's on 4 tires, go up the hill. That kind of weight should be on a track vehicle like a tank, okay? So I'm not seeing that that's a practical vehicle. They say they're popular, they're selling them already. I'm not really sure how many they've made so far, but I'm not a fan of the Hummer, the electric Hummer. I think that's the only way they make it is electric. It's very nice. It's kind of rugged inside. The seats aren't really plush. They're more for off-roading and hunting and things like that. So take a look at it. If it's made for you, that's fine. I don't happen to care for the vehicle because of the weight and the limitations that it has. It does have a lot of nice features that it's fun to have to ride around in, but I don't think it's a practical vehicle. So hope that's helpful. Thank you for watching Mike's Garage, and we'll see you next time. We'll cover another electric vehicle and see what we have. But I'm going to give a thumbs down to the Hummer for right now. Thanks, everybody. Take care.